And let's check in with Haley Wooden now for some business headlines. Good morning, Haley. Thanks for being with us. So we're going to talk about the GDP numbers. They're out this morning, new Canadian numbers, and how is it looking?
Yeah, we have new numbers out after 8 months of steady gains and some relatively fast growth. We're seeing the Canadian economy take a bit of a pause. GDP relatively unchanged from June to July this year. Now we're seeing growth in 11 of 20 different sectors. So growth overall, but some notable declines. We're seeing a 1.8% drop in oil and gas. Tied to that, pipeline transportation down 1.9%, in part due to the BC wildfires, which forced the closure of some pipelines here in the province on a temporary basis. So still recovering from that. We're also seeing manufacturing down. Construction is an interesting one. Of course, we talk a lot about real estate in BC and Ontario. The real estate markets have cooled a little bit, and we're seeing that reflected in some numbers. Construction down 0.5 point, and tied to that, drops in finance and insurance, residential construction as well, and activity at real estate offices and brokerages. Like I said, some gains in sectors, a notable one, wholesale trade up 2% overall. Within that, building supplies and materials doing well, same with machinery and motor vehicle parts.
Okay, so some mixed news there. But let's talk about this. This next story outrages me. Equifax compromised the personal information of 143 million people. So, of course, they're adding new security measures, which is the good thing, but not here in Canada. Why is that?
That's right. It's hard to say exactly why this is. If you look at the numbers, it seems like Equifax's attention is going to be on the U.S. market, where 143 million consumers were impacted by this. That number significantly smaller in Canada, where just 100,000 individuals experienced losing some of their data and putting it in a very vulnerable position. Still, though, 100,000 people, I'm sure, are expecting to hear from the company about what they're going to do moving forward to create trust and rebuild confidence in Equifax. What they're offering in the States is going to allow consumers to lock and unlock their private files, so giving them a lot of control about what information is accessed. That's not going to be offered here in Canada. What consumers are going to get who were impacted by the breach is a year of complimentary credit monitoring, as well as a year of complimentary identity fraud detection services. So not quite the same level of response here in Canada.
No, certainly not. All right. Thank you for that, Haley. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, you too.